True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football. True Warrior Football.
You are listening to True Warrior Football Podcast with your host, Corey Kid Smith.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I had to apologize. It's been a trying time this week. Very trying time. I've not having to record this episode has not been something I have wanted to do. Having to be in this spot is not something I've wanted. Having to just sit here and reflect on everything we accomplished this season and yet didn't accomplish this season has not been something I've wanted to do. Because last week, we unfortunately came up short. Regional championship against Center Grove, 23-15 final score. And it's so much like the same old story, and I just don't understand it. Like, we play so well in so many aspects across the board all season long. And we get to this point, and we just cannot get over this hump. It's difficult. It is absolutely difficult. And it reminds me of the hurdle that we used to have to get over when we were trying to get past Ben Davis all those years. 20 plus years ago, Ben Davis was that mark, that standard we had to get over. We kept knocking our heads up against them. And now we are almost in the same situation. Center Grove, we got to get over it. We go down in their place 3 or 4 times in a row. We lose. We come up short. Finally get them at home. And we just cannot get out of our own way. And it's just so mind-boggling. Like, Center Grove is such a well-coached team. I cannot stress this enough. Center Grove, for us to beat Center Grove, we have to play perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. For Center Grove to beat us, B game, C+, something like that. You know, they just got to show up almost, it feels like. And you say, Corey, that's not the truth. Well, you know what? When you get the ball first, we end up punting, and they return a punt, and they are in the first drive of the game for them is in the red zone. So right off the bat, they're in great position. Another possession, more stops, we get turnover, we get a great interception on a deflected pass here. Marcus Bell comes away with it. We're in great position to do something, and turnover on downs. And what does Center Grove do? They turn that possession right around and go marching down the field and get a touchdown. 10-0. We get another stop, and they get a stop on us, and it's, I want to say second quarter, and they get this play right here. Just like that. A guy that's already proven to be dangerous one play on the first play of the game for them takes it all the way to the house, and now it's 17-0. 17-0. And you are not going to beat a team as well coached, as well full of playmakers like Center Grove. You're just not. You just are not. And I hate that so much for our guys. And really, this game, there was more stuff in this game, but the miscues on our own end when it comes to the third phase of the game being special teams, were devastating. Absolutely devastating. Like, I've already talked about the first punt return that they had that set them up in the red zone, which we able to help them to a field goal. Another punt return they get a touchdown off of. We have, later in the game, we have not one PAT missed. We have another PAT missed. We have a kickoff return for a touchdown right here from Keith Jackson. Great play. Absolutely great play by Keith. A phenomenal play. Gets called back for a penalty. And I felt so bad for Keith because Keith has been such a great player for us. To have that happen and then have this play right here happen on top of that, this muff punt fumble, I'm just like, oh my God. I just don't understand. I literally just don't understand. You gift them basically 10 points. Defense was able to hold them to no points on the muff punt, but the punt return touchdown and the field goal directly leads to 10 points. Or the punt return that set up a field goal directly leads to 10 points. You can't have that happen. Then when you have a touchdown call back, you miss 2 PATs, that's 9, 10 points maybe yourself. These things will beat you each and every single time. And it's, you can't have that against good teams. You absolutely cannot have that. And then offensive wise, I thought we did some good things. Quarterback Anthony Dennison played his heart out, man. Absolute heart out. He sacked a bunch of times, under pressure, didn't turn the ball over. Made some great throws in the game. This pass right here to Eric Hester. Oh my God, what a beautiful ball and strike. All right. Sets us up with our with a score right before halftime. And then in the third quarter, because all the points came in the second and third quarter, this pass right here to Chaz Corley gets us within a touchdown. Great plays. But then, unfortunately, I want to say it was on the next drive after this, he gets knocked out of the game. Either the next drive after that or it was the next quarter. Either way, he gets knocked out of the game, and in comes Jaden Rivers. And Jaden hasn't had a lot of big-time playing since our defeat to Lawrence North. And Jaden was a competent player, and he's young guy, junior, has a lot of potential, has some great wins for us, had the Ben Davis win for us. So, he comes into the game, and I'm thinking, all right, Jaden, you've had to sit back for a few weeks, learn, get better. Let's see what you can do. And we get nothing. We just could not make it happen. We had another turnover. Oh, before Jaden's interception that he threw, which basically ended the game. Because it was middle of the fourth quarter. It was late in the fourth quarter, excuse me. I want to say 2-3 minutes left in the game. 2 plays. Right out of halftime, we come out down 17-6, all right? Right out of halftime, Center Grove gets the ball. My guy, Caleb Elkins. I call him Twinkle Toes because he wears these tiny cleats all the time. And he's young, he's goofy. I love this kid. Right out the gates, he makes an unbelievable play on the ball. Unbelievable play on the ball, and just takes it. This is mine. Cookies, what they call. I'm gone. Returns it all the way back to the 5-6 yard line. Sets the offense up for a great possession. Great possession. And we get 3 points. Killer. Absolutely killer right there. We got to score it. When I was going to practice on a regular basis once a week, I could only go to practice about once a week when I could because of my work schedule. And during, team moments inside, I always put great emphasis on score from the defense. If that ball's on the ground, you see that ball on the ground, you scoop and score. You get it and go. Get it and go. You got to. You got to get it and go. And a play like that Caleb made was great. And I just wish he almost entered in the end zone. Because I know we convert for 6 and get a PAT, or we get a touchdown and we get a 2-point conversion. Momentum is ours. We're snatching the momentum in this game. Snatching it. Straight up taking it. But we couldn't get that. So we settle for the field goal. Offense gets the ball again later, and they have a great run of their own. My guy James Clark, look at this run right here. I said it right there. I said, he's gone. He's gone. I didn't think he was going to get cut. Then I saw a guy from Center Grove, the defender, made a great angle on the play to get him down when he did. And, all right. Once again, we're in the red zone. We're set up good. Let's go. Let's make something happen. And we, in our hammer package that we have, ran to great success with Marcus Bell. And we get in there, and it was a run play with Kyron Williams. And they call a false start penalty on us. Once again, penalties killed us in this game. I'll get to that in a moment. But that penalty wipes off a touchdown. All right, move it back. And then I don't know if this was a play that was called by Coach Spann and the offensive staff, or if this was a read that he saw it was there and he has a free will to do it. But for some reason, it is kind of there. Marcus decides to do a pop pass to Damian Shanklin, and Shanklin's open for about that quick. He was open and then he wasn't. And then the linebacker from Center Grove, reads it perfectly, makes a great play on the ball, and comes away with an interception. Brutal. Red zone turnover. Absolutely brutal. And I felt for Marcus. I felt for Marcus so bad. And there was it was the LN game where he first started running hammer like he's had been doing last few games of the season. And he was real down on himself when he had the fumble, and that got returned for a touchdown. And I felt bad for him, man, because this dude in this game alone, here's what Marcus Bell did in this game, all right? He had our first interception right here, okay? He had been credited with the interception before that. I don't know. I have to go through all the film once again to find it. I don't remember it happening. He got this one. So that's one interception. He will later have a fumble recovery in this game. All right? That's 2 big plays from the senior defensive lineman. Then he would block a PAT later in the game from Center Grove when they got their, I want to say it was their last touchdown of the game. When they get their last touchdown of the game, make it 23 to, it was either 23 to 9. I believe it was 23 to 9 at that point. He blocks that PAT. He's been great on converting fourth downs on fake field goals. I think he's converted at least 2 or 3 of them. He gets one, a great run for about 10 yards. Great job. He did all that great. But I guarantee you, unfortunately, the thing most people will remember of his performance in this game will be that interception in the end zone. I hate that for that young man so much because he's battled. He's an absolute baller. I've loved his game since last year. Truly have loved his game since last year. And he has just been an absolute workhorse and monster for this team. And for that play to happen to him in that moment, I hated it for him. So yeah, we started the game off rocky, 17-0, battled our way back, forced 3 turnovers to get us in the game, and we ended up having 3 turnovers that get us out of the game. We were not good enough. We were not good enough to win, good enough to lose. That's where we were. We were not good enough to win this game, but we were good enough to lose. And that is, unfortunately, how our season comes to an end. We have shot ourselves in the foot at the worst time possible. Everything that we did leading up to this season or to this game against Center Grove was meant to get us ready for this game, and we still weren't able to execute and do the things we need to do. And I hate that so much. There's so many great seniors on this field, on this team, and just having to be around them at their lowest after the game ended is just the worst. And Jermaine Pro Films here, who's done great camera work for our team all season long, he got this video here. And, I don't like to see our players in these moments, but it's, if you've never been in been around a team that came up short like this, or where the finality of it all, it's tough. It is absolutely tough. And I post online, this thing, it never gets easy. It never gets easy to deal with. I was fortunate and grateful myself that the first 3 years I was in this program, really the first 3 years I was in this program, I was able to come away with state championships. So I did not experience this ourselves. I saw it because we beat teams and we were on the other side of it. But I will say this, my first year even being associated with Warren Central football, my first year ever watching Warren Central football in 2002 was a truly, truly great and phenomenal season. And those guys right there, undefeated all the way to regionals, lost to Ben Davis in the regional championship. And I wasn't on the field with those players after the game. I'm just a freshman. But I remember myself, a young fan, didn't have anything to do with the team outside of, this is my first time really going to all the games everywhere, and just falling in love with this team, this passion that I have for our team that we have now, started in 2002, and just to see our team come up short on the way home. I'm with my father in the car, and I'm bawling tears. I cannot believe we didn't. I just knew we were going to get it done. I just knew we were going to get it done, and I'm sitting in the car crying. And it's like my father's trying to be there for me. And it's just, I hated that moment. I wouldn't cry again for our team in a loss like that until my senior night. Losing my senior night to Lawrence North was one of the more devastating things I've ever had to deal with at that time in our program. Because, I was football manager for 2 seasons. And I had, I was a football manager, I was a basketball manager, and I was a baseball manager. Started with basketball first. Baseball would come along, and I would learn and have fun times with those teams and stuff like that. But football was the one bread and butter. I knew that senior night was going to be a special night. It was going to be so great, to win. We were undefeated coming into that game. Nobody could tell me that we weren't going to get it done. I knew we were going to win state that year. I knew. But nobody was going to tell me that the one game we lost would be on our senior night. I just could not accept that as something that was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened. Lost by 2 scores. I want to say, I always forget the scores, like 33-17, something like that. It was not a good game. It was not a good game. Regular season finale at home. Had all my family there, grandparents. It's just, I still remember it to this day. And back then, we would give the seniors every week, group of seniors every week would come up and talk to the team after practice and, say about a bunch of stuff. And that was the week I got to get up there and say something. And it's just, I don't remember exactly what I said, but man, the love and passion that I had for the program, everybody knew it then, but just for me thanking them for allowing me to be a part of the team. It brought tears in my eyes even before the game. I've cried so much for this program over the years. From losses like this to even more insignificant losses for our program, from seeing players taken from us too soon, far too soon. Coaches we've lost over the years. Just, I feel for our guys. I truly do. And now, I recorded this episode early in the week, and I was working on it, and then this news popped up, and I was like, you know what? I can't put this show out yet. I got to record it. I got to re-record it. And I was like, well, when are you going to record it? It's like, you know what? I got a haircut appointment this Friday. I'll record it after that. So here we are. Look, see the shine. All right, you see the shine. Coach Kirchner, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Being an alumni and coming back home and doing your best for the program, I appreciate your work so much. This moment right here that we shared, 2021, 57-56. Final score over your old stomping grounds over in the West Side. It's one of my all-time favorite moments in our program. I am so happy to have shared that with you. I am so happy to see you do the things you've been able to do with our program. And even though we did not reach the heights that we all wanted, I still know that you gave it your all. So I appreciate you. You let me be around the team. Even though I wasn't an official member of your staff, you recognized the importance of the things that I do for the program, and you allowed me to be around. I appreciate that, and thank you so much. All right? Your family is great. I was there for you when you got into the Hall of Fame this past June. Your wife is lovely. Your family is lovely. I appreciate everything you've done for this program and look forward to seeing how you can help us be great once again. You got a great construction going on right now. Can't wait to see the vision you guys have worked out for our program. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on more, but it is the finality of this season has come And it's just tough. It is just tough. Once again, and just like last year, we laid the blueprint. We come out there and do some great things on defense. We're not able to get it done on offense. Center Grove wins and advances, and they lose a close one to Ben Davis, and Ben Davis goes to state. This year, we laid the blueprint. Once again, Center Grove wins, goes on, and loses in the semi-state to Brownsburg, and Brownsburg goes to state. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Corey the Kid Smith. You just watched and listened to another great episode of True Warrior Football. Warrior Band, take us away.